This proud woman that was, not only your mother, but your mentor and your idol. She was stripped of her dignity.
Well, it was sad because, she was a big part of my life. She was almost my reason for living.
I guess I speak from a personal standpoint. I think family is just everything.
Three people from very different walks of life. The famous footballer, the Perth pensioner, the leading Alzheimer's researcher. Proof that dementia doesn't discriminate.
The cruelest disease that's possibly out there.
Jakovic clearly on top here. He's turning Carey inside out tonight.
As a West Coast Eagles legend and AFL Hall of Famer, Glenn Jakovic has lived a very public life. But Jako's latest mission is personal.
Mark, it's a massive problem in the community. It's a sleeping unknown that it's going to grip all of Australia.
He's talking about the disease that stole his precious mum, Mary, Alzheimer's.
It was a horrific 2.5, 3 years from a point of view of she nearly burnt the house down with herself in it. She'd fallen downstairs. She was driving on the road at night time. She was walking on the road at night time in a 90.
I hope they both play well. And I guess I just have to go for the Eagles.
With two sons in the AFL, Mary Jakovic had split loyalties. Glenn played for West Coast, older brother Alan for Melbourne.
I love shopping. I love shopping.
Mary Jakovic took part in a Today Tonight story about shopping. She also loved cooking and gardening, but that all changed.
Mum was 67 at the time, and we just thought, she had a very, strong life, but a hard life, hard-working life, and I just thought that she's just getting a little bit older now, and, age catches up with everyone.
The family noticed Mary was gaining weight. In 2 short years, her appearance went from this to this.
Then we realised she started eating breakfast at, 7 o'clock, and then she'd be having breakfast at 10 o'clock because she forgot that she had breakfast at 7. Then she'd have lunch, so she's eating about 6 meals a day.
Widowed many years earlier, Mary became a danger to herself and others. Glenn and his brothers were forced to intervene, disabling her car and putting her into care.
Playing football and looking at what role models are and how people were put on pedestals and so forth gave me a great awakening that the real heroes are the ones in these care facilities looking after these people.
Diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 67, Mary died 2 weeks after her 70th birthday.
So how's it going with the bloods?
Over at the McCusker Alzheimer's Research Foundation, Professor Ralph Martins and his team are hard at work finding a cure.
I've supposedly know a lot about Alzheimer's research, but I found it very hard dealing with his behaviours.
Last year, Professor Martins lost his dad, Oscar, to dementia, making his groundbreaking work very personal.
Worldwide, the same epidemic is just raging. So we have a massive problem on our hands. We have to look at intervention programs, and we've got to look at them now.
Dementia is tipped to become the #1 health issue facing the nation this century. Already, 300,000 Australians suffer from it. But think about this, in around 25 years, that number is expected to hit 1 million.
The pressure that's going to have on our hospital system and our care facilities is going to be insurmountable.
With a looming health crisis, Glenn Jakovic wants governments to cough up a lot more money for Alzheimer's care.
The nursing home that they may go to, or the care facility, might have a ratio of 8 to 1. So there's 8 patients per 1 nurse, and she's got to get to all those patients.
I'm glad I lived when lamps gave light and fires and candles lit the night.
Last year, we brought you the story of Audrey Gribble and her daughter, Pam Voisey.
You ask her what she did 2 minutes ago, she can't remember a thing. Nothing.
Earlier this year, 91-year-old Audrey lost her battle with Alzheimer's disease.
And most of all, I'm glad I lived at the exact moment that I did.
I was happy that she went the way she did. I never wanted her to have to suffer.
Swing your legs up that way for me.
When her mum was alive, Pam had a revolutionary brain scan to see if she was facing a similar future, discovering she's at an extremely high risk of developing Alzheimer's.
I'm glad I know. I know that I can do something, and it's my own fault if I don't do it, isn't it?
Now, with her mum sadly gone, the 64-year-old is doing everything she can to stave off the disease, eating well and exercising the body and the mind.
I'm not saying that I won't get it. I presume I will, you know, if I've got the amyloid in the brain. But if I can put it off, maybe I'll have a heart attack first.
Alzheimer's disease can strike any family. If you've got a loved one suffering, the best advice is to seek help.
Ask a lot of questions to professionals, look it up on the internet and seek help, seek examples and information. Information can only help you.
I'm glad she's at peace, yeah. Still, I'm going to miss her forever.